My wife Angel has been asking me to install a dash cam in her car for longer than I care to admit. I've been busy, but we are remedying that today because we're installing a Vantrue dash cam in your Macan. Why do you want a dash cam?
Well, I mean, I've always had a dash cam in my cars and in my parents' cars too, in case accidents happen and you want to analyze some footage. So that really is the primary reason. And also I feel like Michigan drivers are insane sometimes, and it's just for a safety precaution.
That peace of mind and things like that to capture it, right?
Exactly.
So today we're going to be installing this dash cam in your car. It's the new Vantrue N4S. It's a 3-channel system. So it has a camera pointing forward, one for inside the cabin, and then one for out the rear windshield. So you get 3 different channels, and then we're going to test out all the different modes because this has like really good nighttime performance too when it's dark out. It can like make sure it's reading license plates with clarity, and also it has voice commands.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got all these fancy different features. Okay. This video is sponsored by Vantrue, and they sent me this dash cam along with some accessories to install in Angel's Macan and make this video. So let's go ahead and go unbox this thing. We've got a SD card right here, a circular polarizer right here, and the dash cam itself in the box, the N4S. It's got some facts right here, 3-channel, 1944p HDR plate pics, which is where it focuses on license plates and details like that. And it's got the StarVis 2 Sony sensors, 3 of those. You get the QR codes to download the app in either app store. And then we have a quick start guide, little booklet here with information for install and things like that, how to use it. Looks like some cables here on the right side. But first, the dash cam itself. Out of the plastic bag, you see various pieces of protection on the screen, on the camera itself, like that. So we've got this one here, that's the main one. This is the rear camera, so 3 channels, right? You get one for the rear, and then you have one for obviously facing forward, and then one for inside the cabin. Those are the 3 channels. Oh, more cables, lots of cables. It's a little branded tool for getting like underneath trim and stuff like that, right? So probably to help you hide the cables away. We've got so many different things in here. So we've got a really long main cable. This is for the front camera going to the back one by the looks of it, and it's all USB-C. These are little adhesive clips if you need to run some cable management. This is going to be, you can see the little diagram right here. This is your 12-volt outlet on your car to camera. So if I open this one here, I'm sure I will see that. Pretty standard. And you just get so much cabling length, right? Because I want to make sure you can route it however you want it, going USB-C. This is another mount. Oh, I see. This is the adhesive mount, and then you see this clicks in like that, and then this has the connectors. I think that's everything in the main dash cam opened up. Put away some of the packaging, keep things a little bit more neat. So we got that here, and then we have the circular polarizer. This is an accessory that goes on the main lens that helps with glare. So this will add on to the very last step probably. We've got a polarizer, and then SD card, just SD card. This one's a 64 gigabyte one. From Vantrue, you can run other sorts of SD cards, make sure the speeds are fast enough. We'll format it properly for dash cam usage. It can do even larger storage capacity if you want to have more video recording on board before it starts to override it, right? All right, time to go install in the car. All right, time to start the install. So we've got this clear film right here because with the adhesive mount, if you ever want to remove it, adhesive on the windshield is a lot harder to remove than adhesive on this film right here. So we're going to put this down first, and then this connects to the mount right here. I'm just going to test you hear that snap? I want to test the location. And then this connects right here. Pretty simple. That's the main camera lens, and I want it pointing in the middle forward. So I think I'm going to put it right about there. That should be good. Because you have a little off-center, then it's at an angle, and then you have some stuff cut out. So I want it centered right here. Although I want to make sure the middle, I want to make sure this one doesn't get obstructed by this. All right, we're going with that. That's on. Whole thing can pivot. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to peel this off. That's always satisfying. Now for the fun part. And by fun, I mean the less fun part, figure out your wiring and everything like that. I'm just gonna start simple, right? Just literally going to the 12-volt power outlet right here in the center console, which does mean we need to run this USB-C cable all the way around. So Let's figure out how we're gonna route this thing. Try to make it as clean as possible. Probably go around up like this, across the headliner, and then get it behind the trim, run this thing down and around. All right, let's see how clean we can do this. So Angel has come to check on my progress. So I'm working on routing the cable. So the main dash camera is right here. There's a USB-C cable, and I ran it up here, the trim along your headliner, and then down behind here, and then under this trim. So then it goes all the way over here, and then out of the way underneath here, under your glove box, and then under this trim right here, and then up to the 12-volt outlet right there. Right, so that's the best. You can kind of see it right here, but like I try to hide it behind the seat. First I was trying to go along this trim, but then that didn't look quite good. And then I managed to wedge it underneath here and go under the glove box and use a little clip thing to hold it right there. So that's pretty well hidden. I want to make sure that I just don't want it to get pinched anywhere, right? So like underneath here, I'll go ahead and close that door. Yeah, there should be enough clearance and everything should be fine. And it's pretty secured in there. So yeah, that's as clean as I can get it. That's why they give you such a long cable too, because literally it's running all through here. Underneath there, I used a little clip that they gave to hold it under the glove box, so that's adhered in there. And then the cabling just runs underneath all the way back there, so as much out of sight as possible. If we had a black interior, you wouldn't notice this even, right? But it's because we have a tan interior. Now, there's other ways to wire in dash cams, obviously. You can send it to a fuse box, you can draw power from up there, but since we're just using everything that came with the Vantrue itself, that's this cabling so far. Decent cable management, right? Now I gotta run another one from there all the way to the back. Rear camera is wired up now. There's some slack in the cable because obviously when you open the trunk, that camera on the rear windshield will go up. You need a little bit of slack in the cable for that. So I hit it to the best of my ability. It's just running all along the inside of that trim around the B pillar and then hidden away up there and then running into the main dash cam up front for power and data. All right, we are now on the road. Angel's driving and we are heading to go grab some food and possibly a sweet treat afterwards. Testing out the dash cam. You are currently listening to the built-in audio and obviously seeing the built-in video. We've got all 3 channels going. The camera facing forward, the camera facing back, and also the cabin. And they're all really nice, like a Sony sensor, the StarVis sensor. Which, I mean, it just means the larger sensor, which is good for quality, resolution, and especially late at night. I'm excited to see what that's like, because you can get rid of some of the noise, and you can also zoom in a good amount. So we'll just capture a bunch of footage as we're driving. It's evening now, sun is setting, so also we'll test at night to see what the performance is like, because that's where the bigger sensor can help, so it doesn't get all noisy and grainy, because you do want to capture that, even inside the cabin. Like if it's dark, right? Yeah. You can still see the detail of what's going on. All right, we'll just let this thing record as we drive. And for you, it should be just set it and forget, right? It's plugged in, good to go. When you hop in the car, it turns on, it just records. You don't need to worry about it. We can fiddle with all the different things. I can pair it with my phone too. There's a lot of controls. And oh, check this out. It's got voice control. Ready? Take a photo. The reason I was fiddling around with the CPL, the circular polarizer, is you don't want glare from like your dashboard. It might be harder to see right now because of getting darker. Yeah, it'd be easy to see during the day, but I had to adjust the CPL so the reflection of the dashboard isn't in the windshield to get a clear view out. Now let's test the different levels of zoom. So this is 100% zoom straight out of the camera as we're pulling up to the light. Now we're stepping up to 300%, the same clip. You can see the detail on the vehicles around, the license plates, the signs. Now we're stepping up to 400%, so really getting zoomed in. You can still see some good amount of detail, read the license plate details in front. And now this is 500%, which is honestly pretty zoomed in, but you can still kind of make out the details of street signs and things like that. Now here's the app that you can pair with your camera, monitor what it's recording, preview that, but also go into the settings, and here are all the recording settings. And I'm changing from standard to plate picks, which is designed to focus on license plate details and really get that clarity. Tons of different settings to play with, and it's really cool to get to preview it from your phone. You can also look at the clips that have been recorded and control it from the app. There's also a parking mode, so when the car is off in a parking lot and it detects motion, it will start recording. So there's me coming up to the car and just trying to simulate somebody messing with the car. At night, even when it's really dark outside, you can still see inside the cabin because of the infrared mode. Essentially, it's got night vision, so you can see a good amount of detail of the occupants in the vehicle. Here is the camera facing out back out of the rear windshield at night when it's pretty dark outside. And then let's switch to the front camera. So pretty dark, not a ton of illumination, streetlights, things like that, just relying on the headlights. And you can still see a good amount of detail. It's not crazy grainy, it's not crazy noisy, and even license plate, so that's a car driving by, and you can still work out the details and capture even when it's really dark outside. So there we go, a quick install and test of the Vantrue N4S. Happy with the quality of this dash cam. Install was pretty straightforward, intuitive. Really the only challenging part was trying to neatly run the cable throughout the vehicle to power the camera in the back and also the front dash cam. And something that I really like is the circular polarizer. I think that will make a big difference in getting rid of the glare from the dashboard onto the windshield, especially on a bright and sunny day, because what you don't want is the view out to be obstructed or distracted by that reflection of the dashboard onto the windshield. So the polarizer is a pretty nice accessory to have. But this is nice that Angel's car has a dash cam now. She does drive a lot for work, so if anything does happen, parking mode in a parking lot, it'll be captured, it'll trigger and record. Also, sometimes, you know, it's nice, the peace of mind, the safety aspect of it, insurance, but also just the crazy things you see on the road. It'll be captured on dash cams because, I don't know, sometimes somebody cuts across like 4 lanes because they're about to miss their exit. Just the insane things you see on the road. But the Vantrue N4S installed on Angel's Macan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a 15% discount. It's going to be in the description below. Check out the link. Thanks again to Vantrue for sponsoring this video, and thanks for watching.